We usually think forgiveness is needed when someone is wrong, when they disappoint us, break a promise, or make a mistake. But there's a hidden truth about human nature that's harder to admit. We often find it more difficult to forgive someone for being right than for being wrong. It sounds strange, but it's something most of us have felt. A friend warns you about a decision. A partner sees a problem coming. A colleague points out an issue. You ignore it, and then they turn out to be right. In that moment, the frustration you feel has very little to do with them. It has everything to do with you. Why does this happen? That's what we're exploring today. Being wrong doesn't just correct our opinion, it challenges our identity. We like to think of ourselves as capable, reasonable, and in control. So when reality proves us wrong, it's not just information that changes. It's our sense of who we are. Psychologists call this an ego threat. It's the discomfort we feel when the world contradicts the story we tell about ourselves. Even small mistakes can trigger it. And the moment someone else turns out to be right, that discomfort intensifies. It's not logic, it's pride. And pride is sensitive. Ironically, when they are the ones who make the mistake, forgiveness feels natural. We feel calm, generous, in control. If someone else is wrong, our identity is untouched. We lose nothing by forgiving them. In fact, it can even feel good, like we're the bigger person. But forgiving someone who was right, that's a different experience entirely. When someone is right, especially after warning us, their correctness becomes a mirror. And the reflection isn't always pleasant. It shows us our stubbornness, our impulsiveness, or our tendency to dismiss what we didn't want to hear. This is why the phrase, "I told you so," even when unspoken, carries so much weight. It's not that we resent the other person, we resent the part of ourselves that didn't listen. Sometimes we even project that discomfort outward, feeling irritated at the very person who tried to help. Not because they did anything wrong, but because they exposed a limitation we didn't want to confront. There is also a social element at play. When someone is right, even unintentionally, they gain a brief moment of authority. They saw something we didn't. They understood something we overlooked. It disrupts the balance of a relationship. And even a small shift in that balance can make us feel vulnerable. Truth, after all, has weight. It can elevate us or it can humble us. And humility, while valuable, rarely feels comfortable in the moment. This dynamic appears everywhere. A teenager ignoring a parent's advice, a partner overlooking a warning, a friend dismissing a concern, a coworker rejecting a suggestion. When they turn out to be right, the emotional reaction often has nothing to do with their intentions. It's about our own pride and the uncomfortable realization that we weren't as open or as careful as we thought. These moments create a tension that simple forgiveness doesn't always dissolve. There's a philosophical dimension here as well. Truth isn't just factual, it's emotional. It reveals our limits, our blind spots, and our illusions about ourselves. This is why thinkers from Socrates to Nietzsche insisted on humility as the foundation of wisdom. Admitting someone else was right is not just admitting a fact, it's accepting a lesson about our own perspective. It takes maturity to do that gracefully. But once we recognize this pattern in ourselves, something shifts. We become less defensive. We accept mistakes more calmly. We stop seeing someone else's correctness as a threat and instead as a source of insight. Forgiveness becomes easier, not because others deserve it more, but because we are less afraid of seeing ourselves clearly. And once we can do that, truth becomes a companion, not an enemy. So yes, it may be true that we struggle more to forgive someone for being right than for being wrong. But this struggle tells us something profound. We are not protecting ourselves from the person who was right. We are protecting ourselves from the part of us that was wrong. When we understand that, humility becomes less painful, growth becomes less threatening, and forgiveness becomes a way to deepen our relationships and our understanding of ourselves.